Now that we've had the opportunity to practice adding, now we are going to move on to subtracting. Subtracting is a tad more difficult and more challenging, but only because of one small thing. So we have this quantity, negative 4w cubed plus 2w minus 3, minus the quantity w minus 2w cubed plus 7. Here is the catch. This minus sign here is subtracting this entire polynomial. Because of that, this is like saying plus a negative 1 times this quantity, which would then involve the distributive property. So what this is saying we have to do is we need to take this minus sign and we need to distribute it. So we're going to distribute it to each term. In doing so, we can get rid of all of these parentheses, which will make our lives a little bit easier to look at. So when we do this, we end up with negative 4w cubed plus 2w minus 3, which is exactly what we started with in the first polynomial. Then we say minus w, because this was positive. It basically changes the sign of every term. So we have minus a negative 2w cubed, which minus a negative, remember, is plus. So plus 2w cubed minus a positive 7, which is minus 7. So now we can go ahead and start combining our like terms. I've got a negative 4w cubed plus 2w cubed. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2w cubed. And then I've got a plus 2w minus w. 2 minus 1 is 1. So plus 1w or w. I'm going to just write w because the 1 is not necessary. And then we have a minus 3 minus 7. A negative 3 plus negative 7 is negative 10. And this would be our final solution. Looking at the next example, we have 8c cubed minus 6c plus 2c squared minus the quantity 9c squared minus 5c minus 11. So first thing we want to do is get rid of the parentheses. So we have 8c cubed minus 6c plus 2c squared, because those don't change. Then we distribute that negative sign to all terms. So it's minus a positive 9c squared minus a negative 5c, which is plus 5c, and minus a negative 11, which is plus 11. So then going to combine like terms, we start with the 8c cubed that there is nothing to combine it with, so we bring it down. Then we have a 2c squared and a minus 9c squared. 2 plus negative 9 is negative 7c squared. Then we have a minus 6c and a plus 5c. Negative 6 plus 5 is negative 1c or negative c. And then we can bring the plus 11 down because there's nothing else to combine it with. Finally, we've got a little bit longer problem. We've got 4xy x squared y cubed plus 7xy squared plus 9y minus the quantity 2xy squared plus 10x squared y cubed plus 4. So the first thing we're going to do is rewrite this problem without our parentheses in it. So we've got 4x squared y cubed plus 7xy squared plus 9y minus a positive 2xy squared, so minus 2xy squared minus a positive So minus 10x squared y cubed, oops, minus 4 because it's minus a positive 4. So then looking at our like terms, start with x to the x squared. So we've got 4x squared y cubed minus 10x squared y cubed. So 4 plus negative 10 is negative 6x squared y cubed. Then we have x, so we've got a positive 7xy squared minus 2xy squared. 7 minus 2 is 5, so plus 5xy squared. And then we have a 9y all by itself, so we'll bring that down, plus 9y, and a minus 4. And this long thing is our solution. It doesn't look much like a solution because it's very long still, but remember, that is fine. So then I want you to go ahead and try these two U-try problems and bring them to class with your questions tomorrow.